All right, we are random hangouting. Woo-hoo! Even a Taylor DIY Marketers, along with the very vivacious Rhonda Wall.
With Hey Help Me Rhonda and VA Village, because I'm a multi-talented kind of lady. And if we have Miss Heather Crafter watching us today, she might actually be proud of me because even I'm working on a craft, and I'm going to show you what it is.
You're working on a craft? That would fall under the category of things you would never see me do.
Okay, well, it falls into the category of things I probably shouldn't do. I just lost half my craft. Here we go. Okay, so this is what my little project is that I'm working on, that I'm trying to get done today. I don't know about you, but I know my East Coast peoples, we are having a horrible, horrible epidemic of stink bugs.
No. Ew!
And the only way you can kill these little suckers is to pick them up and put them into soapy water. That's what's in this thing. Isn't that gross?
Wait a minute. Are they in your house?
They're in my office, and yeah, they come in the house too. They're everywhere. And if you're on the East Coast, you can relate to me. I don't think, do you guys have the stink bugs there in Ohio?
We do have them, but it is, like right now it's getting to be really cold, so I don't know how they like that.
Oh, well, these little suckers can withstand everything. Okay, so I saw this guy on the internet who invented a stink bug trap. Well, I'm going to use his idea, but I'm going to perfect it in the woman way because, you know, we just do it better. So anyway, so his idea was you take a soda bottle, right, like a 2-liter soda bottle, pop, whatever you guys call it, and you cut the top off and you turn it upside down because evidently these stink bugs are stupid. So you take the lid off, of course, but I'm not because it's still a little wet. You turn this upside down and you tape this onto here. And then what he did was he put a light inside of here in the bottom, and they're attracted to the light, and what they'll do is they'll go down into the funnel and they don't know how to get back out of the hole. Okay. Great idea. But then I'm thinking, what in the hell are you going to do with all the freaking stink bugs? I'm not trying to collect them. I want to kill them. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the light on the outside. I'm going to tape it to the bottom of the outside, and then I'm going to put soapy water on the inside because that's what kills them. So that way when they fall down in there, they fall into the soapy water, they're dead. Then I just take this thing and go throw them out in the woods or something. So that's my little crafty project I'm working on. I've told this really does work, but I'm perfecting it because women do it better.
I just heard on NPR this morning that there was a woman who was actually like a, what is she? She was some kind of investment banker or something, or venture capitalist or whatever, but right. She actually got pulled into, she started an aviary, and it's hard to explain, I'm not going to go into it, but the bottom line is, she said that one of the things that they do, oh, I should have got mine. I actually found my little headset things. But anyway, one of the things that she said is that there was a rule among bird people with doves and pigeons and things that you band them like in pairs. You put a band on the right foot of the bird, of the male bird, and the left foot of the female bird. And Diane Rehm says, well, how do they decide that right is on this one and left is on the female? And she said, well, that's because there's an old statement, and I don't know who true that is, the woman says, but it's because men are always right.
Oh, that's not true. But I will say this. Okay, so I've noticed there's been a lot of chatter about the little article that you posted today on G Plus, trying to get some stuff started, Miss Ivana. So I will say that there's been a lot of chatter. There's been a lot of comments and some funny ones. Mr. Terry Lee Britton always has something funny to say, so I've enjoyed his comments. But so I'm gonna kind of give you my take on this.
First, tell everybody about the article.
Yeah, you tell everybody about the article because it's your article, and then I will give you my take on it. How about that?
Okay, that sounds great. So
okay.
I should probably do a screen share if I could even find this thing, but I ran in my news feed this morning, and I guess the Brits have their own very own version of The Apprentice, and one of the women there, and I believe her name was Karen Brady, got all up in arms because one of the contestants on their show said that their strategy was going to be to have the women wear short skirts and wear lots of makeup and be like really beautiful in order to get the sale. And there was like a lot of controversy about this comment, and you know, women that are running for office and Hillary Clinton and blah blah blah, and what is she wearing and how does she look and all this stuff.
Right.
And the prevailing point of view is that it doesn't matter how you look. And I had issues with that because I really believe that, especially if you are out there as a quote-unquote personal brand, which no matter how you slice it, it happens that way.
Right.
How you look matters. It's packaging, right?
Yeah, and that goes both ways, men or women. It does matter how you look. We tend to elect a nice-looking male presidents versus unattractive ones. So it does matter both ways, I think, too.
Exactly. So I went on to talk about it, you know, and I think that I have a politically incorrect point of view that a lot of people will take issue with, but I really do believe it's been my experience that the better I look, the more money I make. I don't know how it is with other people, Rhonda. You've actually had your very own experience with how you look. Say something about that.
Yes, well, I mean, you know me, even. I am not above using my assets to get what I want, and I will do it. So I will get grits on the West Coast if I need to flirt my way into some grits and looking cute while I'm doing it. So I have no problem doing that, and it works. So I do what works. But my problem is with this, and I have no problem doing it, and I have no problem admitting it. You know me, I'll use some business cleavage in a minute. But what gets me is these women who complain about the fact that men are looking at their boobs or their legs or whatever and not taking them seriously. Well, honey, let me tell you, your eyes may be up here, but your boobs are hanging out down here. Where do you think they're going to look? I'm a heterosexual woman. If your boobs are hanging out, I'm going to look.
I'm going to look too.
So what makes me mad is these women who walk around with the short skirts and their business assets hanging out and then complain about the fact that the men aren't taking them seriously, that they're looking at their boobs or they're looking at this and they're not looking at their resume. Well, if you want them to look at your resume, then leave the girls inside. Don't bring them out. Because men are visual. That's just how it is, and that's how it's going to be. You can't change that about them. So I have no problem with women using their assets to get more sales or whatever. That's fine.
You froze, sweetie pie, and we didn't hear anything after I don't know what.
Oh, well, I think you froze. I don't think it was me. But anyway, so what was the last thing you heard then?
These women that dress a certain way and then they complain about how they are perceived.
Right, exactly. So I said, you know, if you want guys are visual, and we can't change that. So if you're going to work with it, work with it. But don't complain about it later because they did look at you. Even though you're frozen. Who's frozen, me or Evana? Let's play a little game. I want to see comments. Who do you guys see frozen? Me or Evana? I see Evana frozen, not me. But it could be because I'm frozen. Who is frozen?
I'm here.
Okay, I'm back. We
I'm
had to
back.
go out and come back in.
Is that what happened? So now there's two of me.
Oh, Lord, we don't need two of you for sure.
Lord knows. I'm going to eject my old self. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it keeps me here. Okay, great. So
You were frozen to me, but I don't know. But anyway.
to me, and I have no idea. Oh, where's our tracker and our friends?
I
And all.
put my tracker back on so I can see everything.
Okay, let's see if that worked. So I don't know what they could see. Oh my goodness. Somehow I've duplicated myself and joined the call again.
Oh my gosh. We don't need to even us.
No, we don't. So anyway, yeah, so I have no stream. I have no stream right now. Sorry, guys. We both got kicked out, and now we're back. So what else?
I see the stream. So even you were the one frozen. Everyone says you were frozen. Ha ha ha.
I was frozen?
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay. So anyway, you were the can everyone hear us now and see us? Are we live? Are we back at you? Please let me know because we're going to keep on yakking either way. So yeah, I have no problem with using it. You know, I use it. I use my assets to the greater good and to get what I want. But I don't complain about it either. When guys are checking out the assets, if I have them on display, then of course they're going to check them out. That's the whole point. I know how to get their attention.
Well, exactly. I mean, when you think about in the grocery store, it's all about the packaging, right? And I think how you look, when you choose how you look, you're actually telling the world, this is how I want you to look at me.
Right.
Right? So I do believe it's part of your brand, and I do believe that it's, that it's a choice that you make. It doesn't make sense to dress one way and then want to be treated a different way. That really doesn't make sense. So, I mean, because you wouldn't, let's talk about like a soup can, right? If you're packaging soup, you might not put it in the same kind of a package as you would bubble bath.
Right.
What?
Well, this is how it works in business, and this is what I found because I used to work in a male-dominated business where I did bring out the business cleavage and all of that for the purpose of making sales and getting guys to talk to me so that I could have a conversation there. Well, now I am in a more female-dominated business. Most of my clients are females. And there's a stigma there both ways. If I go to these female-oriented conferences with my girls hanging out, no women are going to talk to me because I become a threat to them, or they think we're catty. We don't want to associate with women who we think are more attractive than us. So that's just how it is, and that's how it goes both ways. And you're dressing for the part. You're dressing for what you know. I don't go to women conferences with my business cleavage out, but if it's a male-dominated conference, then the girls are going to come with me.
No doubt, but you know, I think men do it too, but they just do it a little bit differently, right? Because different things are important to women. I actually have a couple articles coming out, and I don't know if, I know I wrote them. So here's the thing, I wrote them, and they someplace. They either out on, I think I wrote them for Chamber of Commerce, in fact. 2 articles, one on selling to men and one on selling to women. And the bottom line is, did you know, I saw an interesting stat, 0.08% of our brain, the lizard brain, amygdala, little tiny thing deep inside your brain, make 90% of your decisions. And get this, so there's this guy by the name of, I'm going to get his name wrong, Damasio or something. He's a where he identified people who had that part of their brain injured, right? So they could not feel emotion at all. They're perfectly normal, like you and me. One thing that was missing is they could not feel emotion. And then he asked them to make decisions. And they could go on and on about what you should do, lists of pros and lists of cons, but these people could not make the... So fascinating, right? So
yeah, definitely.
So what I think is really interesting is that both men and women, we all want the same things in a lot of ways, right? The human condition. But women express it differently than men. And so, like, while men...
Right. Well, Terry has a good point. So Terry wants to know what's the... he's got kind of a disadvantage. So what's the equivalent of men #business cleavage?
I was just getting to that. It's called a lot of money.
Exactly. Oh, I like that one. Oh, yeah, that's it. The power. The power trip. You know what I really like and I think is sexy on businessmen?
Oh, yeah, what's that?
I love, you know, businessmen, they wear their suit and their ties and, you know, they want it to all be neat. What I think is sexy is the shirt's undone just a little bit and they got the tie loosened up a little bit. That is the sexiest thing ever. They look a little undone. That's some business cleavage for me.
I want to know what Terry's going to do next. Next time you see him on the Word Plus, he's going to be like slightly disheveled with his tie.
Yeah. Just it's already loosened up a little bit for me. So yeah, I like that. And it goes to, I will watch an action shoot 'em up movie with my husband if I'm going to see Vin Diesel or Channing Tatum in that movie, then yeah, I'm all for it. I watch his action movies like that and my husband will be like, I didn't think you liked these kind of movies. I'm like, really? Of course I do. Yeah, I like these kind of movies.
They show like ridiculous six-packs. I don't know, what was it like a couple years ago, the movie 300 was really big, and in my exercise class, all these women were like, when so-and-so, maybe that was the other one, Achilles or something, when Brad Pitt turned around and you see these abs, there was an audible from all the women in the audience, just this. I don't think that Brad Pitt would be quite as successful if maybe he had a pot gut.
Exactly, exactly. We all judge people based on looks and attractiveness. We're attracted to people, and subconsciously you choose things based on that attractiveness. And so I think the ones that get mad about it are the ones that maybe they're a little unfortunate looking and they can't use it to their advantage. Or they're just the ones, and usually the ones that get mad about it are the ones that have it all on display and then get mad when the men look. It You can't change men. They're going to look. They are visual. So if you're going to use that to your advantage, then just be prepared for that. And if you don't want to use that to your advantage, then wear a turtleneck like Ivana is today.
Look, I'm wearing a short skirt.
Oh, okay. Look, see? That's why she's got the turtleneck up to here, because she wants you to look at the legs, because that's her best asset.
My legs are a great asset, but now that one of the things I really want to mention though, Rhonda, is
Well, I'm kind of weird because I don't like the sculpted abs. I like a nice round belly, like my husband's. I love it. I call it his Buddha belly.
look
I
at what
like a round, soft belly. Oh, there's Michael. Yeah, Michael's a round guy. Yeah. So, and I like to rub his round belly like a Buddha doll. I don't want the six-pack hard stuff. That's not. I like a guy with some belly going on there. I like a little belly that I can rub on, and it's all soft and squishy, and I can lay on it.
we got 10 minutes left. You got anything else that's random for you? I was bitching about Facebook, but I don't really want to bitch. This is not a bitching thing.
No, I'm not in a bitching mood. You bitched last time, bitch. We ain't bitching today.
Oh, okay. So I saw a really great video that a friend of mine passed around, and the guy's name, I think it was a TED Talk, and the guy's name is Sean. I think it's Achor, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But he did this really great TED Talk. He spoke really, really fast, but it has to do, he talked about the lens through which we see the world, and he got all kinds of cool studies about how the bottom line is that you have to be happy first. So he actually studies, he's a psychologist, and he studies happiness, I think, and his whole thing was that you have to be happy first and focus on that. So when you determine the lens through which you see the world, that's how things will occur for you. So
if you see boobies, then you will see boobies. That's just how it's going to be.
Hey, here's a helpful tip. Speaking of boobies, here's a helpful tip. Seriously.
Hashtag boobs for business.
Boobs for business. Here's a helpful tip. So when
hashtag legs for leads.
I had, so when I was getting some headshots taken a couple years ago, the photographer came to my house, and every time she was going to take a picture, she said, say boobies. And she said no matter where she goes, when she asks people to say boobies instead of cheese, you get the perfect smile.
But, okay, so that's another point right there.
But does not work.
No, yeah, well, butts do work. But listen, this is another thing too. You see, if you scroll through Facebook and LinkedIn and all of this, these women, what types of headshots do you see? They're like posing like with the wind blowing through their hair. Oh, please take me seriously. I don't know why you're looking at my boobies. Why can't men just take me seriously? I mean, really, look at your profile picture.
When I first got started,
Buddha belly too. Oh, Terry, he wants somebody to rub his Buddha belly.
Everybody wants you to rub your Buddha belly. Get up on that screen, girl.
Put it up towards the screen. It'll be better than your nostrils, that's for sure. And that's an inside joke. Put your little Buddha belly on the screen, Terry.
Oh, look at Michael. Look at what Michael said.
And we're going to rub your Buddha belly. Michael's totally aware of breasts. Yeah, most men are. That's why we use it appropriately. We use it to our advantage.
You should.
Okay, Terry, here we go. We're going to rub Terry's Buddha belly. There you go. Terry, you can't say you haven't had your Buddha belly rubbed now. Now, send us some leads, okay?
Legs. Legs for leads. I believe I could get my
legs for leads and boobs for biz. Those are our hashtags for today. But quite honestly, I mean, do you not notice that when you go through these profile pictures of these business women, what does it look like?
Hey, but maybe I read about it somewhere. So now there is this new thing that the teenage girls are doing, and they're taking a picture, topless something, and they take a picture of their back, so they're not wearing anything. And take a picture of their back.
Why?
I don't know.
I guess it's to it's to say, hey, I have nothing on, but you're not gonna see it. You're just gonna see my back, so that you know I have nothing on.
So is this supposed to be some like new? This is where I'm gonna get really controversial, and everyone's gonna jump on me, and that's okay.
That's okay. Send your emails to Ivana at.
No, but here's the thing that's kind of the words wrong. But here's the deal. I am all for empowered women, right? The whole women's liberation, empowered women, blah, blah, blah.
Me too. I want to be taken seriously, definitely.
Absolutely. But the part that's really interesting to me, and it kind of works backwards, you know how they say anything taken to its extreme becomes its opposite? So,
right.
In a way, all these So, like, if you are dressing provocatively and you don't want to be perceived that way, you know what I'm saying? It, like, works against you. If you don't want to, you're going out talking about don't objectify me, but then you sort of put yourself in the...
That's exactly what I was saying. If you're going to do it, then you know what to expect if you are going to dress that way. So don't complain about it. That's the bottom line.
If I had boobs, I would show them.
Exactly. I said, if I look like J-Lo, I would be butt naked in the Walmart, in the frozen food section all the time.
I know it. I thought you were going to, you know what? I mean, I
would go to conferences with nothing but body paint on with my logos.
What, didn't they do this thing I saw on TV where this beautiful model dressed up like in a fat suit?
Right.
And then she went about life in general and talked about how people treated her completely differently. I don't know if she was on Dr. Phil or Oprah or she was on something.
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of people have like done that little experiment or whatever. And I myself, I was overweight and then lost a lot of weight. And I see a big difference in the way that I'm treated. When I had a little more weight on me, men weren't killing themselves to open doors and everything else. When now, I mean, guys will almost bust their tails to come and open a door for me. And my son's football team's calling me a MILF and all this other stuff. So, and it's fine with me. I don't care. But you're treated differently by the way that you look. And so I have no problem if you're going to use your looks to get ahead, then I don't have a problem with that. I just don't. But don't complain about it if that's what you're doing. That's the bottom line. If you
Agreed.
don't want to do it, then don't do it. And keep yourself covered up then.
You
And
know,
that way you won't have anything to complain about. But, I mean, I want people to take me seriously as well. But I'm not above using my assets to get what I want. If I want grits on the West Coast, I'm going to get some grits on the West Coast, and I know how to do it.
but you know, you and I have been to some of these conferences where some of these women look like, I'm like, are you really trying to look this bad on purpose?
I know.
To be beautiful. We're crying out loud. Pull yourself together.
Exactly. Even women don't want to talk to you. I mean, we all subconsciously are more attracted to attractive people. So you should put your best foot forward. I think you should go to work with makeup on and your hair fixed. No one's going to take you seriously either way, because if you can't take care of yourself and take pride in yourself, then that kind of reflects the way that you work. So I don't want to work with someone who I feel like can't get it together for themselves either, in the way that they look. I mean, you don't have to be gorgeous or drop down, but I mean, you know, comb your hair and, yeah, put on a little lipstick. Do something to show some effort. Terry enjoyed his belly rub. I'm glad we could help you out today, Terry.
Hey, Albert wanted to know if we meant selfies, and yes, Albert, I believe that
for the
this
back
is
thing.
Yeah, it's a selfie that the teenage girls are doing. I'd like to know how they do that. What do you do it like in a mirror? I'm very curious about that. It's almost
I don't know. Let's try it right quick. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, guys. And do you notice we have we use the hashtag boobies and legs today? And do you notice a growing trend of we have more male audience today than ever?
Gee, I wonder. And it's so they didn't even know what they didn't even know what we were going to talk about. I think it was my subject line of
Yeah, well, we had the words boobs and legs in the comments before the show started, and what do you know? All the guys came out today. We know how to get you guys to come watch our show. You're easy. You're predictable. And we're going to use it to our advantage. Join us next week when we talk about butts.
I want to know if they're searching on boobs and legs.
They probably are. I want to see your hashtags today on hashtag legs for leads and hashtag boobs for biz.
Hey, look, Mark's got a message for you, Rhonda.
Okay.
There it is.
Oh, he said I'm right, and he wants to borrow Michael Daniels' comb. Michael has no hair. And see, that's one thing I like too. I'm a weird individual. I'm kind of easy to please. I've been trying to get my husband to shave his head.
Me too.
And I even told him I would put baby oil on it and like rub it all over my body if he would shave it. But he has like a full head of hair and he will not shave his head. But yeah, for me, that's all it takes. You got to have a Buddha belly and a bald head, and I'm all in.
You have now just attracted about 68% of the U.S. population. They're all really excited. They're watching this hangout. They cannot wait to get. Hey, we have.
That's right. Just guys, step out of the gym and go have that hot dog all the way because I don't care.
We have successfully frittered away a full 34 minutes of this hangout.
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
Sheila says, we do have a lady in the audience. Miss Sheila has joined us. She says, I beg your pardon, plus Rhonda. I'm here. Okay, well, Miss Sheila, I'd like to hear your take on this whole thing.
That's right. Look at your cute little dimples. smile.
Exactly. See, Sheila is a cutie who can use her assets as well. So I'd like to hear what Sheila has to say on this topic as well. We have great women in our audience. We have great women in business, very smart women. I present company included. I think we're very intelligent women, but we're intelligent enough to know that if we have the assets that are going to get the attention of the opposite sex when we need to, we're smart enough to know how to use it.
Do you have, I actually, I do a lot of presentations in front of like boardrooms and CEO stuff and so on and so forth, and I actually have like different kinds of suits for different kinds of audiences.
Right?
I do. I have like a bitch suit, it's like black, purple, and I got like big giant heels like this because I already stand 5'2".
Oh, that's the dominatrix.
It
Does
is.
it come with the whip?
Bring out the whip, baby, and then I got heels like this. I already stand some heels. I'm like 6'2".
Yeah, you need some heels.
I got no problems with that. So whatever works.
It's all the packaging, and it's done in marketing everywhere. It's done in marketing for everything. Just like I read an article not long ago on men and women's products. So the way that they're packaged. And a lot of times there's no difference in one or the other. And it's not that one is better than the other. Like you have male and female razors. Well, we all have hair, and hair is basically the same. And, you have like body wash and deodorants and things like that. And they're marketed one way for women, and they're marketed another way for men, and they're packaged differently. It's just like commercials do the same thing. You have commercials that are targeted more for women. And then you have like the Hardys and the Carl's Juniors who did their whole thing, they're marketing more towards men who really like to eat and eat burgers and things like that women kind of tend to stay away from and eat secretly after they've had their salad. So you have the beautiful women on there who are seductively eating the burger, and it's always used in marketing. And it's probably always going to be that way because, like I said, you can't change people in the way they think about men and about women. You can't change us women. We don't want to go in and buy body wash that looks like it's branded for a man, even if it's the exact same thing. Because in our minds are trained that it's not going to be as good, it's not going to smell as womany and pretty and all of that if it's in a dark container. It needs to be in a light floral pink container or whatever to make us feel like that it's for us. So it's just the way it is, and that's just it. We can't change that, but we as women can be smart enough to use it to our advantage because we are smart, and it's not that we can't be taken seriously, but you just have to remember if you want people to look at your resume, like I said before, then don't bring the girls out at the same time.
Excellent. So
because they're going to win.
yeah.
Okay, so let's see, we heard from Sheila, I will never use the hashtags boobies or legs, my friend, just say. Come on, Sheila. Plus Daniel's Greek god. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. So much fun. Kind of a battle of the sexes random hangout, I guess. That's what it's turned into. And that's okay because it's been fun.
That's right.
But we enjoyed having you guys and talking about this topic. And guys, hey, we gave you a break. We know you can't help it. And we'll keep reeling you in the way that works. If it works, why not use it?
All about it. So just like the click and clack guy said, we have frittered away almost 45 minutes of this hour. Is there anything more to say? I want to thank everyone for being with us. We really have done our little clatchy thing for the day.
Yes. We took a break. We got to talk. You guys got to come out and talk about some boobs and some legs. So if you can concentrate on anything else today after this conversation, then we hope you still have a productive day. If not, punch out, go get a burger,
Go look
and
at
try again tomorrow.
Whatever, whatever works for you.
Awesome. We will see you guys next week at a random different day and a random different time.
We don't know, but whenever we see you,
Maybe.
we see you.
We don't know.
We don't know. We need another controversial topic now. We need equal time for the men.
We are controversial. That was fun. I love it when our audience gets something started for us. We didn't even have to come up with anything. That was good.
See you later.
You guys rock.
Goodbye.